I don't know where you've been, but you're gonna respect this courtroom. My life has proven that it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're going. From a jailed youth who had my record expunged to becoming the youngest judge elected.
The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding.
In just 15 years. Ma'am, let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead.
Absolutely not.
My goal is to inspire others to overcome their obstacles. You don't need him and his little raggedy roommate.
Thank you.
All while having a little fun on Mathis Court. You look like you're ready to lie right the first word out your mouth. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Brian Matthews Jr. is suing Emery Wallace in the amount of $10,000.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may all be seated.
Mr. Matthews claims he won a 10K race and a cash reward and says Mr. Wallace unfairly stripped him of his title and demanded that he return the winnings.
State your name.
Brian Matthews Jr., sir.
Sir.
Emery Wallace, sir.
All right. And you are suing the defendant for $10,000, alleging he owes you this money because you were wrongfully disqualified from a 10K race. That correct?
Yes, sir.
Start with you.
Yes, sir. So I participated in the 10K race down in our hometown in Bonita, Louisiana, where I won the race, broke the record, finished first. It's on camera. After winning the reward, a few days later, I get in the mail a letter saying that I've been disqualified and I will not be able to retain
Did it
my
say
reward.
why?
In the letter I have right here, it does not state why.
Okay, let me see it, please. Sir, you tell me about whether you sent him a disqualification letter.
Yeah, well, I have it right here, sir. We issued
Let's
a
see
warning.
it, please, what he has.
Brian has just explained how he crushed the 10K race, broke the record, and received his reward. But then, a few days later, he gets a letter saying he's been disqualified. And get this, the letter doesn't even state why. Brian has a legitimate question. Why was he stripped of his win? But Emery's explanation? It's murky. He claims Brian used his father.
You said something about having to do with his father, and then you said the bid transfers and registrations under another name are prohibited. That he registered his father's name instead of his. Is that what you're alleging in here?
That's what I'm alleging, Your Honor.
Okay, you didn't spell that out, but it's an inference. It doesn't say you violated these rules. So that's why I say one must infer from this letter that that's what you're talking about. But we can't count on his analysis because when I asked him, he didn't know. He had to refer to a letter. I would know why someone took $10,000 from me. I would know all the specifics. I would remember that letter more than I would the bar exam. Now, do you have anything, however, that spells out, not infer, spells out? I see you say bib transfers and registration under another name are prohibited. Therefore, you will need to return both the check and the medal. What did he do? You just said those were the rules, but you didn't spell out what he did wrong. Thus far, the evidence I've seen is not clear on what was the agreement. So let me hear from you. What do you think the agreement was, and do you think you did anything to violate that agreement? So tell me.
They inferred to me that I broke a rule by submitting on behalf of my father, which wasn't true necessarily. My father's ill, Your Honor, and
He didn't change the address, Your Honor.
What does that mean?
Well, you know, you're supposed to follow. There are rules to these things. You fill out the form, and then we take the form, and then you're accepted. We give you a bib, and then you get to participate in the Bonita 10K race. This is why this is the warning letter. There should have been a reason on there, but my team.
Understand what you were just saying about address. He changed his address, and how is that relevant? How that's relevant?
Well, it was his father's address, sir.
Did you think his father was participating?
Correct. He's been participating for the past 5 to 7 years.
That's who you thought you were sending the paperwork to, and was the paperwork signed and returned to you?
It was incomplete.
And did you respond and say you need to complete the rest of it?
That's correct. That's what I read a second ago here. We sent him a issue of warning.
Let's see that, please. Yeah, you read certain parts, and now I got a better
Sure.
understanding. I thought this was you telling him the rules before. Let's see. Thank you for many years of dedication and support. We are honored to recognize you as one of the event's longest-serving participants. And this is to Mr. Mathis, his dad. Please complete and return the attached registration. You're just telling him what to do, sir. You didn't tell him what he hadn't done.
That was issued, though, after the uncompleted forms were already delivered.
Not after the race. Okay.
Before the race.
Tell me what he violated in the race, what he did wrong.
Well, it wasn't an issue of the race, Your Honor. It was an issue of the contract and the forms that you're supposed to fill out.
Did you know that before he ran?
Did I know that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm one of the presidents of the...
You knew he hadn't done it correctly before running.
Before running, that's why we issued that.
Yet you allowed him to run.
We were expecting his father.
But his father hadn't completed it either.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
For what?
To play football, sir.
Okay, you gotta be real fast. You gotta do that 4.0 or 4.7.
4-4, yes, sir.
Drunk!
And later,
compliment me, call me handsome.
Did you do that?
I have said he was handsome.
Okay, do you say that to all the and when you go to every restaurant?
If they are handsome.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
Let's pause and think this through. Emory allowed Brian to compete despite knowing the registration wasn't completed. Now, that's a significant detail. Why didn't Emory step in and make sure everything was in order? Was it negligence, or was he just hoping no one would notice? The letter Brian received clearly wasn't sufficient in explaining the disqualification. So we've got one side claiming a violation of the rules.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Brian Matthews Jr., who is suing Emory Wallace for a breach of contract.
Then his father, you shouldn't have accepted him either. You should have sent something back saying, you didn't complete it all. Instead of saying, go ahead and race. I already know that you didn't complete it all, that you have violated the rules, but I'm gonna let you run.
Well, sir, if I may, this is a race that his father has participated in.
But he hadn't finished the application.
Right. Well, it's not. We know them. It's a small town, Bonita, Louisiana. Small town, about 150,000. We know him. We're friends. Me and this gentleman go way back.
Why didn't you say, hey, friend, you didn't finish the application, and those are the rules, and you haven't finished, so I can't let you run. Instead of waiting, wow, he beat everybody. We owe him 10 grand. Let me see. Let's see what rules he broke. We're gonna find something.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, sir.
Like the defendant did say, we do go way back, and that's not all positive. We came up playing football, youth, and then we have a sports background where in high school we separated. So he went to school in the east side and I went to school in the west side. So when we had our differences, he always looked at me as less than.
Differences over what? He was kind of jealous of each other or what?
Different school, different environment, different ways of living.
Lifestyle.
So ever since then, he always tried to, we always beat him on the field. So he always tried to beat me in different ways.
Right, by referring to your lifestyle. What is it about his lifestyle that allows him to keep winning?
Well, sir, I don't know what I would be jealous of. This guy has several DUIs. He's convicted for a few misdemeanors, just locally. He'll knock on people's porches at 4 a.m. with a bottle of whiskey in his hands. I mean, I don't know what to be jealous of that about.
No,
Nothing to be
I don't think he means you're jealous as much as he means you've passed judgment on his lifestyle, which was the first word that came out of your mouth when you talked about why you all are no longer friends. You don't like the environment and you don't like his lifestyle. Get it? Somehow he keeps winning. Somehow he beats you. All right, let me hear, sir. You beat him you were drunk and beat them, huh? You beat them drunk. You're a heck of a guy. Because if you are drunk and do it, you need to be in the Olympics. Over the years, years, what has been your success rate?
Over the years, I was a top prospect.
In where? In your school? Or?
In the state of Louisiana.
In the whole state?
In the whole state.
You're
yes,
number
sir.
one?
Top 10.
Yeah.
And I did go to Louisiana Tech on full ride scholarship to play.
For what?
To play football, sir.
Okay, you got to be real fast. You got to do that 4.0 or 4.7.
4.4, yes, sir.
Drunk! I bet you could do it at 3.9 if you wasn't drunk. Stop drinking and you'll win the gold medal.
Yeah, I mean,
you had a drinking problem, sir, or not? Let's just get that out the way.
Yes, I did.
All right, so he's passing judgment on your lifestyle, even though you're winning.
And if I may harp on that, since he wants to harp on that, I'll harp on it for a second, if I may. I'm not perfect in no ways, and in no ways I'm not trying to portray a perfect person, and I think that's why this means so much more to me, because all I wanted to do was make my father proud. And I had a problem after my college career ended. I tore my ACL and I was never able to run the same.
Here's the twist. Emery just admitted that he knew the registration wasn't complete before the race, but he let Brian run anyway. That's a huge revelation. How could you allow someone to race if their paperwork isn't in order? This doesn't look good for Emery. Now, the court's attention shifts. Who's at fault here? Emery for allowing the race to proceed with incomplete
That causes depression.
It causes a lot of stuff.
People address that depression in destructive ways many times. There are many, many, many football players, when they receive an injury, they become drug addicts because of the depression that they feel as a result of losing out on being a great player in the league or making millions of dollars. Some ACLs you can't play again, or you certainly won't be able to play at the same level.
Yes, sir.
So I understand that part. And I applaud you growing up in that circumstance and overcoming it.
Yes, sir. I tried hard to get to where I am now. And even if you looked at me maybe 5-6 months ago, I wasn't the person I am today, Your Honor.
Well, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you that you are able to overcome those obstacles. That's my history, overcoming obstacles, growing up in the wrong in the bad circumstances. All right, but did you sign your father's name to get in? That's what they're alleging.
I swear to tell the truth, and I will. The letter came in to my father's. I stay with my father, so we live under the same address. The name that he put on there was Brian Mathis. At the time, he had just had a heart attack, so he couldn't race. He raced that race every year. He started it. So as I recovered, I just felt like it was destiny. It was Brian Mathis on the paper, and I put Junior on there, and I filled out the rest of the paper and sent it back in with my information.
But you ran.
That's not true.
But hold on. But whatever that you believed, and you knew it had to do with your father, you ran.
Correct.
And, sir, you allowed him to race, knowing that whomever was submitting the application, it wasn't thorough. So you broke the rules. How about that? Both of you broke the rules, and that's why I'm going to give you $5,000 apiece. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $5,000.
You have a reputation that's you're knocking on doors at 4 a.m. So
I think you need to come from living in the past to living in the now. So I pray for peace over you.
Coming up.
They did.
And
yes.
the next time you went, they put you there.
Yes,
So
they
for
did.
6 straight months, they just happened to put you in the section of this young, handsome man. Yeah, right. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Sandra Mitchell is suing Marcus Reed in the amount of $1,000. Ms. Mitchell claims she couldn't say no when her regular waiter at her favorite restaurant asked for a loan and says Mr. Reed quit and never paid her back.
State your name, ma'am.
Sandra Mitchell.
Sir?
Marcus Reed.
All right, and ma'am, you're suing the defendant for $1,000 for a breach of contract?
That is correct.
All right, what happened here?
So I go to the Rusty Skillet, which is a restaurant that he works at. A lot of times I sit in his section. We talk, kind of chop it up over time.
His section where he waits.
Yes, in his waiter section. And over time, we've built up some rapport. We kind of became friends.
How long did it take you all to become friends?
I would say about 6 to 8 months.
Okay. Tell me about your friendship with the plaintiff, sir.
From the very start, like once I first saw her, she started showing up real frequently. Like every single day I was on my shift, I would see her in the morning. I didn't think much of it. I thought she was just being friendly.
And she would come to your section all the time?
My section specifically.
From the beginning?
From the beginning.
Did you, next time you went to his section?
Judge, that's where they put me
I'm asking
in.
you a question.
I was in his section.
And the
yes,
next
sir.
time you went, they put you there?
They did,
And
yes.
the next time you went, they put you there?
Yes,
So for
Judge.
6 straight months, they just happened to put you in the section of this young, handsome man. Yeah, right. What happened?
She would start to compliment me, call me handsome.
The moment of truth has arrived. Judge Mathis has ruled that Brian will receive $5,000, a significant amount, but far less than what he originally asked for. The judge made it clear, Emery and Brian both share the blame here. Emery failed to make sure the registration was complete, and Brian didn't fully follow the rules when filling out the paperwork. The judge's ruling is a balancing act.
Did you do that?
I have said he was handsome.
Okay, do you say that
yes.
to all the, and when you go to every restaurant?
If they are handsome.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, wow. You said it every courtroom?
Coming up,
I just explained to them that
Tell me.
she was repeatedly showing up, asking me for money that she claims that
You quit your job because she kept coming to the restaurant. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Sandra Mitchell, who was suing Marcus Reed for breach of contract.
Did you ever ask him to go out with you?
No, I never said go out with me.
You continue with your testimony about what happened and how he came to owe you money.
One day, I believe it was in May, I come in, he looks upset, he looks distraught. I asked him what was going on. He's usually happy and friendly and polite, and then he just poured his heart out to me. He said his sister had got into some trouble and that he needed $1,000 so that way he could bail her out. And I'm like, I don't have a lot of money. And he's like, I promise you, you're going to get it back. As soon as she goes to court, then we get that money back, and then you're going to have your money back.
How long had you known him by that time?
By this time, a little bit over a year.
Let me hear from you about this scenario of dry begging for $1,000. That's what it is. When you, oh, my problems, I can't help, life is caving in on me, can't pay my light bill, and you don't ask for nothing, that's called dry begging.
Well, I must have been visibly looking like I was upset or something. I can't remember what my face looked like.
You never sat down with her, that's the first
I did not
part.
sit down.
Why aren't you working there anymore? Did you get fired?
I did not get fired.
What happened?
I actually submitted a letter of resignation.
What you looking at?
I got an email that I sent to my boss.
Saying what?
About the circumstances and why I
What
quit.
circumstances?
I just explained to them that she was repeatedly showing up and asking me for money that she claims that
You quit your job because she kept coming to the restaurant.
was stressing me out.
Okay, and it didn't occur to you to ask them to stop her from being your customer? Don't take me over into her section? That never occurred to you?
I mean, it did, but
Why didn't you then?
I don't got the pull.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. Tell me about this $1,000.
He was hiding in the kitchen from me when I would come in.
Why?
He would be hiding in the kitchen because he
Tell
didn't have...
me the terms of the agreement. You're suing him for $1,000.
Yes, Judge.
Why did you loan this man $1,000?
He promised me he was going to get my money back, Judge.
What made you offer? Tell me what the circumstances.
He was begging, like he was dry begging, and he was so sad. He had tears in his eyes.
Tears, nah.
So what was the agreement?
Now, we're diving into some legal insights. The judge has made it clear that this isn't just about a race. It's about the importance of following rules and contracts. In legal terms, Emery was responsible for making sure Brian's registration was complete, but he failed in that duty. Brian, on the other hand, is responsible.
The agreement was that I would get my money back after his sister went to her court date.
And you offered it.
And then
So your claim is dismissed, ma'am. I don't believe you. I believe you were hitting on this young man, and so he wouldn't pay your money back because he played you. You let that man, as a employee come sit down there and eat with you all the time to make you feel good, and then he come to you with a sob story, and as you say, he didn't ask, he dry begged. That means he didn't ask. Therefore, if he didn't ask and you gave it to him without him asking, did you agree to repair?
I never said I was gonna repay her.
There you
He
go.
said, "I will
Claim
get my
dismissed,
money
ma'am.
back."
Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor.
Emery seems defeated, and you can feel the emotional weight of this case. He had a personal connection to Brian and his family, but the rules are the rules. As much as he may have wanted to help, the failure to follow the proper procedures cost him. Brian, too, is dealing with the emotional toll of being disqualified. This wasn't just about money, it was about pride, and that's the final ruling, folks. Judge Mathis has spoken, and while both parties share some blame, the judge's ruling of $5,000 for Brian brings this case to a close. This was a wild ride, full of twists and turns.